Hello, Internet, and welcome to an as of yet unnamed series with a bit different of a premise. So, as you can see, I am sat here in the Space Respawn pod. This is a new start. I am still on a public server, but this is a little different because there's someone else on this public server, or that has been on this public server. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with the YouTuber Splitsie, who creates a whole bunch of Space Engineers content, and as of this recording, is running a series where he essentially goes around collecting people, putting them in cryopods, and I guess turning them into a museum. Oh, also, is that? It's either nickel or gold behind me. Hope it's gold, that would be handy. But back to the important bit. So, I am 90% sure that I am on the server that series is being run on. My goal here is to end up in one of those cryopods. This is probably going to be a fairly short series, at least hopefully. I have a plan for how to end up in one of those cryopods. It involves being in space, of course, and it's going to be a little different because I intend to get there solely using the in-game economy whatchamahoozits. So I'm going to essentially become a space trucker. Now I think step one of space trucking, let's suck all the air in that I can. That's probably all I can. So we lose a little bit. So I've got this sort of respawn start ship. I've got asteroids. Oh, I've got connection problems. Got asteroids around. I think I'm going to do some quick scouting out to see what useful resources I can find. That's nickel for sure. Yeah. My guess is most of these are going to be... It's going to be a lot of like basic startery stuff. Or I'll end up inside a planet. But barring anything particularly useful, ice would be handy. If I can find some of it. That's more nickel. This may all be nickel, actually. I think my plan is I'm going to essentially... Oop, there's ice. I'm going to strip out that ship. This sort of respawn ship. I'll just go ahead. That'll be temporary, but just so we can bring the pod in close to that. So I'm going to essentially strip this ship of all its bits, build a different ship that probably isn't all that, it'll probably have about the same stuff on it. And then I need to get myself probably to one of the moons so that I can get to a trade station. So at a trade station, I may be able to find one that has, ships for sale. And it actually looks like I'm closer to Mars than anywhere else. Which is good, because, at least in my experience, Mars tends to be a little bit more populated. If I can buy a ship with a jump drive, that'll be good. Essentially, that's my goal here. I need to earn enough money that I can acquire through some method that doesn't involve a bunch of mining and refining and stuff. Acquire a jump drive. Because once I have a ship with a jump drive, then when collection time comes, and hello door? Hello connection problems. Yeah. I don't know exactly what collection time looks like, because one's not happened in a video or been announced or anything. I'm just kind of here. But maybe I can build a drill. That's open enough to get in. I want to be ready once the time comes that one could be collected, so that I'm able to hop in and be collected. So I need to get basically a jump capable ship and I need to be alive, you know, I need it to exist so that I can get in, do what I need to do. I also need to find all the stuff to grind down. Yay for progression. So I will need to build a basic assembler. And just kind of, this will probably be the starter episode. Okay, so one thing I can do, there are some bits on here I can grind and repair. So that's learned me something. Does this, I don't think this has a landing gear. I should be able to build a mag plate with some basic stuff. Should be able to do that. Oh, I ran out of bits. Oh, I think I've ran out of stone. We need basic assembler still. Interior wall, I doubt I'll get to. Basic refinery would actually probably be a better start. Then probably a solar panel. So, I was just poking around. This one block on the underside is an interior wall block, which is one of the blocks you need for, thingy. For progression. So, you can just kind of fly around this thing and find what you need to a degree. Now, it looks like I somehow unlocked drill already. Wonder if that was with the cockpit? Yep. Alright. Well, that's good. That means I'll still build that just so I have all the bits, but that means I don't need that yet, and I can... that's... Okay, this will be a little ugly, but we replace that with a T. And then one of those should... And I can't quite build that. With enough bits, I can just place that there. And then I'll be able to get stone in the system quicker, which is kind of what I need. We'll go ahead and get this started. Get all the bits for that. Cancel out all that except for that. Oh, and then I can't build. Oh, nuts. This needs tubes. Right. I can't build tubes on the survival kit. What else has? That has some, but not enough tubes. That has the tubes I'd need. And these also need small steel tubes. Okay, well. If I get rid of that temporarily, even if I can't have this piped, so long as it exists, it'll be quicker to gather stone. I can just ferry it by hand. Let's see. I really just need... Go away, you. I really just need those. So if we can get enough bits for that, I can get the drill, and then we're making progress. Part of the, oh, I was full when I did that. Part of my struggle here, and it's kind of a personal struggle more than anything. That is a moon. That's not a rock. I guess it is a rock, just not a very close rock. Part of my issue, I don't have a whole ton of time for this recording, and I need to get at least to the point where essentially I need to be able to grind this whole thing down and build my own ship, because these ships respawn after a while. Now there is a way I could, like, I think if I merge block it to the rock and then unmerge block it, then it kind of gets rid of that and I can keep the ship. So if I get desperate, I can do that, but I'd like to be at the point where I've gotten rid of the... There we go. I've gotten rid of the default spawn pod. I think I can pretty much, for what I'm thinking for a ship, I can build what's going to be my long-term ship here and now. Or at least most of it. So I'd like to get to that point before I stop recording today, even if it's not one episode. Why? Oh, I know why. Crap. Okay. Change of plans again. Because I broke that connection, the survival kit can't get the stuff. I think that... Yeah, because of this panel, this is technically still attached there. So I'll just leave it there like that. It's kind of ready to be piped when needed. Now... What's happened? Why are you not producing anymore? Off and on? No. I don't get it. What's happened? Everything should still... Oh! No, the engine. Oh, which I can't... Okay. There's no more pressure in here. We can use the trick where you press I on the panel and it lets you access the inventory. We're gonna have to do this full manual. I do wonder... Yeah, I should be able to take some of this stuff apart and put it into the drill. Because I don't need all this armor. It'll just be going away eventually. I just have to be careful not to accidentally separate anything. Okay. We have a drill. So now... block tools, drill. I can just kind of mosey up. If I don't miss. Now we're getting some supplies. Now maybe we build this real quick, just because then I can replace all the bits that I lost. Not sure what component can't be put to production. It's mildly concerning. And since this is all depressurized anyway, this will make my life a lot quicker. In fact, let's transfer all this out into here real quick. Without that window, I can just put the drill straight in the hole. You know what? Screw it. The boulder won't be that big of an issue. We can pick it up later. Hello, rock. So this way I can basically use this drill as storage for the stone. It's just already in there and ready to go. Okay. Basic assembler. Now I can't remember, but hopefully I can turn most of this into a basic refinery. No, I don't have to build any. Almost I don't have to build anything. In fact... Still got some stone in it. If I just take... So if I take all this out, put it back in here, I can just disassemble the drill, get everything back out of it, rebuild my engine, build that thingy with the extra steel, and then just grind it all down. Alright. Yeah, my block list is looking about normal. I could real quick just, there we go. Still missing some stuff. I'll need to build a battery. Well, no, let's say that's pretty good. Alright, now I've got the engine back. Get the rest of this off. Got this. Let's just do a quick check. Yeah, so I can build thrusters. I can build a gyro. I can build a cockpit. I can build a vent, a tank. O2H2 gen. I think how I'm gonna do this, it'll be a little silly, but it should work. Actually, I'm changing my mind mid-thought. So if I use one of these instead of the curves, I don't have tubes is the issue. Nah, I don't think that'll do it. I wanted to see if I could keep the oxygen in this tank, keep the batteries. Heck, you know what? It'll just make life easier. I'm gonna do the merge thingy. Oh, except, hold on. Oh, nuts, I need to build a solar panel. I think I can do that in a survival kit. So once I do this, I can do the merge block trick just to the stone here. See if that converts this into, not saying temporary ship every time. I can't do it just by... Did that work? And this trick may require a bit more complexity now that I'm thinking about it. Because it may be that it has to connect to a separate grid that's bigger, quote unquote, some more blocks. Oh, and I've got to build tubes. Oh, but no, it's 12 tubes, and I think, yeah. So I take the bits back out of the motor.
Inventory full.
This should...
Energy low.
I should have enough stuff for this. We just kind of line ourselves up. Yes. Okay. So we are now probably a static grid. And if I then undo that.
Inventory full.
We'll just put that here for the moment. Just to make sure. Okay. So this is very much separate. And I'm not getting the warning. Okay. So that's good. That means we can now reuse some of this stuff in our new ship. Now, honestly, what I may do here, I may just pull all the thrusters off, and then we'll use that core bit, and it'll just stay the core bit. Now, the trouble here is I don't know We may be able to fit everything, or at least a good chunk of stuff in there. I guess I could also start reworking this from the get-go. So I think if I get rid of these, I've sort of got an idea for this, because we are building a space truck after all. Time for big risk.
Inventory full.
Currently, we do not have a survival kit. I can build. Yes, thank God. That could have been bad. What part? You know, for the moment, it's a little janky, but I think this is a clear spot while I rearrange everything else, so we'll just stick it up there. So now I can grind off the entirety of that front section.
Energy low.
I've got all the bits I need, you know, here and available. And that is something unfortunate. Apparently in this pod you don't get a location for a trade station. I was kind of hoping that it would have one of those little GPS notebooks. That would at least guide me to a good starting spot.
Full.
Okay. So, we've got this basic sort of block. Actually, this may get a little tight because these things are hefty. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to move that gyro like that. But I'm thinking, so this is the new orientation. This will be the top area. I can shift. I can get rid of this row of blocks. This can be sort of my front. If I shift the thrust around, I should be able to do what I'm thinking. In fact, that could work perfectly. So for a jump drive, I'd need a
Energy
full
low.
assembler, and then a grav gen. We'll deal with that later, I think. Just for kind of having the layout. So this big sort of block, that will be a jump drive. This survival kit will not be there. It may instead move up into here, because I think this 2-block space will become the cabin of the ship, and it may end up being 3 blocks. Though I don't know. We can get rid of that. Maybe it goes on the roof, or maybe on a side. I'm thinking this becomes a fairly basic ship. Maybe bits like that. Kind of going around each side. Then maybe here
Energy critical.
and here. We'll have sort of... Let's see how well we can do this. We'll have sort of nacelles. I don't know if... Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a block that does what I need it to do here. This maybe that, and then do like this. Then my nacelles down here. My idea is to have the thrusters kind of down in little nacelles like this. Okay, maybe slight change. So we'll do like that. Because then we can have our nacelle consisting of half armor with bits kind of coming along here. So it's still a little sleek, but wider. Then, inside our nacelle, instead of using these originals, we'll switch to the fancy ions, or warfare ions. We can have... We'll have a lifting. We'll have a sideways thrust that kind of pokes out a little bit. And then we have our forward and reverse thrusters, which will kind of integrate in with the armor. And then we just essentially have thrusters kind of poking through. Maybe just for the heck of it, because I like how they look, we'll use a blast door edge there. And then it's almost like that's a landing foot as well. Though it does kind of make... Well, no, I think it could work. Again, I guess realistically this doesn't have to be a, perfect design. It just kind of has to do the basics. That's curious. Not sure why those aren't on. Let's maybe just, before I get too far here. I think this will be a temporary cockpit, but... Let's just make sure that that nacelle is actually still attached to the ship. Yeah? Yeah, it may just be a visual glitch. Well, it's a little clunky looking. Yeah, I don't know if this is 100% it. But I guess it gives me a start at least. We'll kind of start duplicating it. You know, I'm gonna try... I think I'll try something different on this side. We'll see how it looks. And then from there we can decide what to do. Yeah, you know, this is simpler, but I think I like it better. And even... Now, I was thinking I could have counter-imposing thrusters inside for... Well, that would just be more side-to-side thrust, wouldn't it? And it wouldn't help anyway. But yeah, this is cheaper, simpler, and I think it looks better. Let me see if I can replace that inner block with something more compelling, but maybe first we, I guess, grind down this side and change it. Oh. So I like this as a connecting block. The issue is it takes tubes, which I don't have. So I guess I won't be using you. And maybe I just use normal steel. Because at the very least, that's, I know I have it. I guess. It's going to be annoying because I have to grind this off again, but maybe if I shift the front thruster back a block, that'll look good. because it'll kind of push the whole thrust assembly back just a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. It's gonna annoy me that those little veiny bits are on different sides, but you know, it'll probably continue to annoy me. Nuts. I didn't attach that to anything, so now it's free floating.
No
Oh,
energy.
and I'm dying. I may be able to merge block. Get this welded and then see. Okay. And I'll just need a few tubes, which I should be able to get out of one of these thrusters.
Inventory full.
Before I maneuver these to a better spot. There we go. Okay, so I've got sideways, forward, and back. I'm thinking... Yeah, so if I get rid of these and these become my lifting thrust, I should have enough thruster parts to do 2 up and 2 down. So we'll do these 2 for lifting. Yeah, then these 2 will be down thrust. Now where to get the survival kit piped? Because I was thinking of sticking it right here, but then I won't be able to spawn at it really, or access it. So I could put a cockpit here. What other cockpits do I have? So if I... Let's see if I can get rid of this.
Inventory full.
So I could put a cockpit here. Oh, I can't build on that side. Yeah, so either I put a C bit and have my cockpit out here, or so if I use this, I can have this block there. I could have my survival kit right way up in line there, and then kind of a pipe here and a pipe here connecting them. And actually, I like that, because then on that side I put my gyroscope, and on this side I can use one of the passage blocks to kind of, you know, have my access point there, but not make it obvious. Or maybe I even put a door there. And I can kind of armor over stuff. Okay. I'm liking this. Let's get all these thrusters built. Make sure that I actually can. Oh, nuts. I can't build this cockpit because this one requires grids. Well, we'll do this one. And you know what? We'll change how this is working a little bit. We'll have the survival kit here, sideways, as is correct. Then we'll use one of these. Do one of these on it. And then on this side, we'll just have a little sliding door. So we've got a little internal place that's, private. Technically we have our door into our thing from here. Ooh. Okay, gyro. We need like, I guess 0.2 power, please. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so we've got all our movement bits. A little bit of armor patching. Oh, and probably the most important part for this. So I mentioned this is a space truck. You can kind of see it looks a bit like a truck. I'll probably improve that a little bit as we go here. But to be a proper space truck, it needs to be able to connect to its trailer. So, and I guess I'll do it off of this. I guess I could use one of these. Yeah, actually, I like that. I don't have the parts to build one of these, probably, but I may just. Oh. I don't know why the upper one's flickering, but I don't need it to be perfectly built. Oh, yeah. Now that's a space truck. So, my idea here, the sort of cargo contracts for the stations, they'll spawn in like a big block, and you've got to connect to it and move it somewhere. This thing will be able to move it. It won't be able to do it super fast normally, but if I can get a jump drive, then it can. And I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work, but I guess we'll find that out in the future. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap up here. I have no idea how long this episode's going to be because there was a lot of not stuff happening. But we've got a thing. We've kind of got a start here. I should be able to... Oh. Hold on. There's one last thing I'm going to need. So I think... kind of on the side here. Let's get ourselves a solar panel. We need some way to keep ourselves powered while offline. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, that should be good enough. I may do some slight touching up of this ship before next episode, or maybe during next episode. That's assuming I continue this and these become episodes. At the moment, I don't actually have any idea if this is going to be a series I keep doing. But we've got a start. We've got a little space truck that should be ready to tow some stuff around. The next step is getting to somewhere where there's stuff. So, all that's to come in the future. For now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to join with the little join button if you want to join the join. Until next week, bye-bye.